Okay, hello and welcome back to my second part of how to create a clothing mesh for The Sims 4. And I'm going to be showing you the Blender process of how to actually get the mesh to work in game. So in The Sims 4, I use only one program to do this, and I'm probably going to have to split this up into two videos. If I wanted to upload faster, again, I only want the videos to upload faster so that you guys are able to watch them instead of having to wait for the next video to upload. So, first things first, I'm just going to let you know that in the bottom left corner right here, you can see a little mouse icon. That'll be telling you basically the keys that I am pressing so that I don't have to keep repeating myself and saying, oh, well, I clicked this key and, make sure that you do this and that. And it will be much easier. So first you're going to go to File, Import Wavefront Object, and import the object that you exported from Marvelous Designer. So this is my mesh. Now I'm just gonna put this in solid view, and it looks a little like awkward, I guess you could say, but okay. So it won't, like, this is just this part right here where it doesn't look like this texture. There is none. It won't show up. Notice how if I deselect that, the inside is not showing up, and which is good because the less poly, the better. So the first thing I usually like to do is actually lower the poly count, because I definitely think that a shirt should not be 3.4K poly, and try the tries thing, that's the poly count. So I usually just lower the poly count until it starts to look ugly. Like, there's shirts that are like over 1,000 polys. I don't think that a shirt should be over 2,000 polys, but that's just me. I mean, you can have it as high poly as you want. You should just really warn people. So, oh, I forgot. Go to the rent icon, add modifier, and then decimate, and then just do it until however long you want. So now it looks like kind of ugly, but I mean, whatever. So it looked a lot better before. You should really, when you go in Marvelous Designer, actually, you should select all of this and go to miscellaneous and change it to quad, but I just forgot to do that, so whatever. It's not like that big of a deal, honestly, but I mean, you should. So select the bottom edges. Now, some people say, oh, I don't like doing this because it looks weird. Well, you don't have to do it, but just, if somebody is moving their camera and then they see all of a sudden that there's nothing under there, it's gonna look a little weird. So close up all of the holes. So you have to select the hole and then click E to extrude, Z to keep it on the Z axis if you want, and then just scale it. Alt M at center, then click vertices, and then just kind of move it up. Oh, and select the faces, hold Control, and just kind of move around in a circle, and then space bar, edge split. And if you're wondering what edge split does, so let me undo that. So basically, do you see how, because we closed this hole up right here, that there is this darkness, kind of shadowy thing at the edges? Well, basically what that does is when I do that, it gets rid of it. Notice it's not there anymore. So you're going to want to do the same exact thing you just did for the sleeves. Sorry, I was just like fixing this part. I don't like the way that looked. Okay. So now after that, I don't even know how many minutes in I am. Okay, whatever. So after you do that, you want to do UV mapping. And I know that UV mapping is like the bane of like every simmer's existence. But it's extremely easy once you learn how to do it. So it's basically just putting things in the right place. So what you're going to want to do is, if you didn't see that, you just grab, move to the left, or you can do it with the right. You can do it, well, and then if you grab it, you can just go to UV image, but whatever, I'll just keep it here. You can do either way though. So go to UVs. Oh, I'm sorry. Go to open, and then I will link The Sims 4 UV because The Sims 4 UV for like the one that's uploaded on The Sims 4 Studio, it's like off in like image size. It's supposed to be 1024 by 2048, but it's like not. It's like 1000. So it's like a weird number. It's like not as big, I don't believe. And I did it myself. So this is kind of where you go into Sims 4 Studio and just pick any shirt that looks sort of similar to yours. Honestly, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to choose that one. And just name it whatever you want. And if you get an error, it's because The Sims 4 Studio does not like anyone. Just kidding. I don't know. The Sims 4 Studio has been like having a lot of issues where I have to like restart it. It's like usually when I like open it, I have it open for a long time. So if The Sims 4 Studio gives you an error and you literally like just added a color to like a shirt or something, like it's fine. Just restart The Sims 4 Studio. It's just for some reason keeps giving random errors out of nowhere. So notice how it's actually showing up now. Okay. So I'm gonna export the mesh, and this shirt alone is like 3,322. Like I feel like that's too much. Like even for like an EA shirt, like it's just like too much in my eyes. But I mean, whatever. So I usually just name this ref for reference. And then after that, you're going to file. Let me just close this for a minute. Oops, you have to get out of edit mode. File, append, and locate the reference, and just import S4 Studio mesh, and then however many. If there's 4, and if it says S4 Studio underscore mesh underscore, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, like just select all of them. Shift select all of them. So this is where I'm going to turn on the texture. And there we go. Okay. So I like to have a full rig. So I'm going to reappend that. And body, feet, head. I don't know why. Usually, I guess because I didn't like open it type of thing. But okay, I like the full rig. There we go. I don't know why it's shiny. I don't know why the rig is shiny. So do not ask me why. But so after you import it, luckily there's only like sorry, I just had a brain fart. There's only one, oops, I deleted mine. There's only one group, so it makes our job easier. But you're also going to want to export like a nude top. It'll like, oops, look like this. And bottom. And like, this is what they look like. If you go create 3D mesh, age, adult, gender, female, clothing top, this is a nude mesh. And you can do that for males too. And the bottoms as well. Because you need that. And what you want to do is go into edit mode, deselect all of this, click this little button right here. It looks like two boxes, and like looks like there's one behind it that's like transparent. Just like click that, and basically you're just, because the shirt, the body, like this, excuse me, I have like hiccups. This body right here is 3,000 polys, so that means my shirt, which is 1.6 thousand polys, plus the body, the top nude mesh alone, which is 3,000 polys. So that means my shirt is going to be around 3.7 thousand polys just because of this body. So that's why you should really not. That's why you should really lower the poly. I'm sorry. I just like keep having brain farts right now. It's like 10 p.m. and I'm like kind of tired. So like I just had school. So okay. So you're gonna just delete the inside of where your mesh is, like the body on wherever your mesh is covering. And I like to use faces. It's like, I don't know, just better for me. And like with an uneven shirt like mine, like make sure, like double check, like see like how you can sort of see it, even that little bit, like you can't do that. Like you have to make sure it's not visible. So I have to keep that little area right there. But there's lower parts to this. So just like delete as much as you can, honestly. Like it's worth it. It's honestly like you're just better off. And like sometimes like the same thing doesn't like apply for the back. Like the back could be like different than the front. So okay, like that's like literally how, like you want literally barely anything there. And like that's the reason that you close like the holes, so that you don't see that the body's deleted and stuff, because like that's awkward, like just looking there and it's like not there. So okay, so that's like, oh, see, that's a problem. And if you like, you ever don't want to like redo it, like what I do is just like I go here and like I just click F to make a face, and if like the texture is like off, it's like fine, like it's not really that big of a deal. But like what you could do is like to just fix it is just like line it up with like another, see how like it's like kind of like blended now. Like if the texture is messed up, like that means you have to fix the UV. Like it's like super easy though, don't worry. Like seriously, like all you have to do is just usually probably gonna do that. So like you just line it up with like another like vertical that looks like the same, and then like the texture should be like the same looking basically. So But you can't even really see it anyway, so it's not a big deal. But whatever. So the reason, and like your shirt, like this, like shirt of mine, like it looks like kind of awkward. Like you see these dark spots. Like it's not gonna look like that in game. Like it only looks like that because the lighting in Blender. So after that, you are going to merge. You click your mesh first, and then hold shift and click the Sims 4 Studio mesh and click join over here. Because now you're going to make your UV. So, before you merge them, rename your UV map to UV_0. Yes, that matters. Okay, so now join them, and Sims 4 UV map. And it's actually, this is a fact, you can put your UV anywhere the body is not. Just make sure not to put it like on top of it, because then it will show. So I know that people say, oh, it's a no-no, you shouldn't make your UV like super small. Like, I agree, you shouldn't make it super small, but if you have to, it's really not the end of the world. Like, you're good. Because if you like bake your UV in like Blender, which I will show you how to do, like you're seriously like fine. Like it's not the end of the world. And I mean, you get better quality meshes when you have the larger UV, but I mean, like under this, you see this, like under that there's like the bottom. So that's why I know that you're thinking, oh, like why is she putting the mesh up here? Like she could be putting it anywhere, like over here. And like, no, you can't do that, because just because you can't see the bottom, like the legs and like the feet UV, doesn't mean it's not there, because it will interfere with other people's UVs on their custom content and EA's custom content. Like that's a big no-no. Like you can't do that, or else no one's going to be able to use your custom content because it looks awkward with other people's custom content. So after you do this, this is where you should Control Shift F to save. Control Shift S. I know that sounded like an F. And I just name it Blend. I don't know. I don't name it anything fancy. And I'm going to end this video right here. I'm going to start like the other process. I feel like this video has been way too long already, but I'm going to show you the second part of the Blender process. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.